Oh my god, dude, no way! What is with my luck with skill pets on this account? We just got Smithy! I'm level 65 smithing! Oh, dude, what even is this? You know, I almost didn't even have a chance to catch this on recording, because I was just smithing and I was like, well, there's literally nothing we can get. But I kept a recording pause just in case the only thing that could happen was a skill pet, and I really didn't think we had any shot of getting one this early. But our third skill pet on the account, just 2 more for the Jack of Trades title, and we have a 65 smithing. That is disgusting. I am sorry to all of you in chat who are mad at me right now, but look at him, he's so cute. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Antisocial Artisan, aka my level 3 Iron Man skiller. Make sure you check out the playlist link in the description of this video to watch from the very beginning if you are new, and you can get caught up to date on what we've done thus far on the account. But today's episode, in addition to getting the smithing pet, is going to be all about this guy. Yes, that is right, this little mushroom head looking guy named the Gloom Shroom Zygomite. You've heard me talk in the previous episodes a lot about setting up our player-owned farms for optimal farming success, and today's entire episode is going to be centered around completing all of the tasks to optimize our medium pens. And here is today's episode to-do list. First up, we'll have to head on over to the Ark to hunt some murderous Bakami until we can finally get Ring of Recoils for our account. After obtaining the Ring of Recoil, we're going to use it to complete the Priest in Peril quest and get a Blessed Silver Sickle from starting the Nature Spirit quest, so that we can cast Bloom on fungi in the Mort Myre swamps. In order to efficiently cast Bloom and collect mushrooms from the swamp though, we are going to need a way to restore prayer points, so that means we're going to have to go back to Edgeville Wilderness Dungeon and the Hobgoblin Peninsula to pick up Ranar Weeds and Snape Grass and make some more prayer potions for ourselves. Once we've got the Blessed Silver Sickle and we've got a bunch of prayer potions, we can repeatedly cast Bloom and pick up mushrooms from Mort Myre Swamp. These mushrooms can be used to feed zygomites in your player-owned farms, so we'll want to collect as many as we possibly can to make sure that we keep the zygomites we manage to obtain happy and healthy so that they'll breed as often as possible in our player-owned farms. Each time you pick up a Mort Myre fungi off a log in the swamp, there's roughly a 1 out of 4,000 chance that it'll spawn a player-owned farm zygomite as well, so it is possible that we'll get our first player-owned farm zygomite while collecting mushrooms from the swamp. But it's much more likely to get a zygomite for player-owned farms from the actual mushroom patches that you can farm throughout the game, so simultaneously we will be planting and harvesting Bittercap and Morchella mushroom spores in the Canophis mushroom patch, as they have about a 1 in 50 chance to produce zygomites, and we should be able to get quite a few from just these mushroom patches alone on our way to 81 farming. Now with these 5 steps out of the way, we will have plenty of zygomites and plenty of food to keep them happy and healthy on the farm, so the final 3 steps of today's to-do list will be things we need to do on the farm itself to make sure that we can immediately start growing and breeding these guys optimally as soon as we hit 81 farming. So firstly, we'll need to earn enough beans through player-owned farming to unlock both of the medium pens, which we can do by just growing and selling the chinchampas that we currently have on our farm. And then we'll also need to unlock additional beans to be able to unlock the breeding perk for medium pens. This way, zygomites will be able to breed not only in the breeding pens, but also in the growing pens, and we'll be able to get as many zygomites per week as possible. And finally, to actually construct the pens, to put the zygomites in, we need to get 40 construction as well as some teak planks and some mithril nails. There's a lot of steps and a lot of gameplay to go through, so let's just jump into it. First step, obtain a Ring of Recoil from Bakami on the Ark. Now, a Ring of Recoil can be dropped by Murderous Orikami or Murderous Bakami on the Ark. Murderous Orikami show up on the Uncharted Isles, while Murderous Bakami spawn on the Named Isles. And really, they have the same drop rate, so I didn't think it was necessary to spend resources and chimes to get to the Uncharted Isles. Using the Named Isles would work just fine. After doing some research, I learned that the best place to do this was on the Waiko Isle, and you can see on screen the spawn location and roam location of the different Bakami, so I just needed to basically comb through this area, and if there was no Bakami spawned, hop to a new world. If there was one spawned, harvest it, and then hop to a new world. There's a 5% chance that the Bakami we need will be the one spawned on the island, so it's roughly a 1 out of 20 chance every world to find the Murderous Bakami, which is the one that drops the Ring of Recoil. In addition to this 1 out of 20 chance, it's not a guarantee each time you find a murderous Bakami to get recoils, because there are 13 items on the drop table, each of them with a random 1 in 13 chance to drop each time you get one, and you only get one item each. So we basically had a 1 in 20 chance of finding the right Bakami, and then a 1 in 13 chance of getting the right item from that Bakami. It's a grind. We did it on stream. Let's get into the highlights. Please, boys, murderous, recoil. Ugh, magic stocks. I beg of you. Ugh, weapon poison +2. Other, but not to anyone else. Alright, boys, murderous number 6. We finally found another one. Pray to God. Just give me one recoil drop so I can move back onto something else. I'll come back and stockpile on these one day when I have nothing better to do, but for now I just need one recoil drop. Please. What is that? Spirit Dragon Charms? Are you kidding me? Murderous? Yes, dude, number 7. Please. Please give me a recoil. Please. What the? You know, get on Skype or Discord with some friends. Get some Ring of Recoils. Anticlimactic. Please. Oh my god, Sapphire Amulets. I hate myself. There it is. Please, recoils. I have one spot left. The dream. The dream. The dream! 6 Ring of Recoils! We got the max amount, too! 6 recoils! Yes! Finally! Step 2. Complete Priest in Peril and get a Blessed Silver Sickle from starting Nature Spirit. We used the Ring of Recoil to kill the dog in the Priest in Peril quest super easily. He's only got about 1,000 life points. It took me like 2 cakes. Easy peasy. But then you have to kill the Monk of Zamorak, and for some reason he has like 5,000 life points. We couldn't heal enough to recoil him to death. Like, we ran out of food and died before we had a chance to recoil the actual monk to death. So we're here picking cabbages, and hopefully, you know, 15 sacks of cabbages plus like 10 wines will be enough food to keep me alive long enough to recoil this bastard to death. But I guess we'll see. Alright, moment of truth. Time to hit a 0 and take a nap. See you in a few hours. Oh, were you kidding me? We hit. God. This took about 14 hours of my life. Please die. Oh my god. I can't even overstate how insanely long this took to do. But we got him, boys! Wait. It didn't drop. Are you... Okay, it took 3 kills, and we actually gained like 37 XP in attack, but we didn't level up, we didn't ruin the skiller, and we finally got the key, completed the quest, and got the Blessed Silver Sickle. Third up, we were initially going to create prayer potions, but big ups to my Twitch chat, because they actually informed me that you can get jangerberries, and eating a jangerberry heals 1 prayer point. I didn't even know it was possible to eat jangerberries, but I certainly didn't know that eating them restored prayer points. And after doing some testing, you only need 1 prayer point to cast Bloom in the swamps, so we are going to save a ton of time now. Instead of having to go pick up Ranar's Hop Worlds, then pick up Snapegrass Hop Worlds, and then make prayer potions, we can just pick up jangerberries and then use those in the swamp. Cast Bloom, eat a jangerberry to restore 1 prayer point, cast Bloom, eat a jangerberry to restore 1 prayer point, and fill up on mushrooms that way. It is so much time saved knowing this, and they say you learn something every day. The more you know, you can eat jangerberries to restore your prayer. Okay, so I know that I literally just said that I was going to be using jangerberries instead of prayer potions, but I just realized we still had 70 prayer potions left over from when we did the buyers and sellers quest a few episodes ago, and we needed to get 46 herb lore as a prereq. So I figured why not, just use the prayer potions first, and then we'll start using jangerberries once we run out. And this clip is basically meant to just show you what one inventory of mushroom farming looks like. We bring about 5 or 6 prayer potions with us into the swamp, cast Bloom, pick up the mushrooms, drink a sip of prayer potion to restore our prayer points, then cast Bloom, pick up the mushrooms, rinse and repeat. Once the inventory is full or we've run out of prayer sips, whichever comes first, we can either lodestone out to the Canifis lodestone, or if there are gas on us and we can't get a lodestone telly off, we just run out, go to Canifis bank the mushrooms, and then rinse and repeat. It's a pretty straightforward process. It's pretty boring, but we found this really good spot in the swamp. I don't know if there's anywhere better, but this spot is pretty close to the gate, so there's not that much running involved. And you're within range of 3 logs at once, so if you get lucky, you can get up to 3 mushrooms per prayer dose, and if you get unlucky, you'll only get 1 mushroom per prayer dose, but up to 3 at a time was pretty good, and I think it's the maximum you can get inside of the Mort Myre swamps. So we are just going to do this probably for like a year to stockpile on mushrooms, and then we'll have all the food we should ever need for our zygomites once we eventually get them on our player-owned farms. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the way I kind of look at it now is I'd rather have fun entertaining you guys for 100 hours than sweat it out and hate my life for 50 hours. That extra 50 hours is just more content. And sure, the one guy in chat will be like, Rob, you should be tick manipulating. If you're not 2 ticking, you're wasting approximately 65k XP per hour, and when you compound that over 45 hours on the way to 120, you're losing. It's like, I don't care. I just want to talk, chat, and chill. Like, that's what I'm about. What are zygomites for? There's an... Oh my god, we got one! We did it! So I was initially going to pick up mushrooms until we hit 4,000 because that is the drop rate for a zygomite from player-owned farms fungi, but since we actually got one early, I just decided to stop after we got our first zygomite. So we ended up with 2,898, nearly 2,900 Mort Myre fungi, and we also got our first zygomite, which was pretty hype. So we got it before the drop rate, which is pretty lucky, but it did still take a ton of hours. So now we've got plenty of food for our zygomites, but we only have 1 zygomite. So we need to get some more of those, and the best way to do it is by planting and harvesting bittercap and morchella mushrooms. As a level 3, we only have access to 1 mushroom patch, and it's the one in Canifis. So we need to get bittercap and morchella mushroom spores, which we're doing now by pickpocketing the master farmer. And then once we have some spores stockpiled up, we can start planting them and harvesting them every 4 hours. And again, it's about a 1 in 50 chance to get a zygomite from a mushroom patch, and that's each mushroom is a 1 in 50 chance. So for every morchella spore, we'll have 9 chances, and for every bittercap spore, we'll have 6 chances. We should get quite a few pretty quickly, but we'll see how it goes. Come on, zygomite, zygomite, zygomite. Oh my god, dude, first mushroom. Literally the first mushroom. We got one. Can we get a second? No second one. But still, first mushroom, dude. Zygomites. Oh, here they come. I can feel it. All right, taking a break from smithing our tier 60s to get another zygomite. This would be our 4th if we... Hey, there's our 4th zygomite. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, they finished growing. Perfect. I think that was like, that must have been like almost perfect. It's been almost exactly 4 hours, so pretty solid. And, oh, we got one. Dude, I didn't think we were going to. It got down to the second to last one, but that is our 5th zygomite. Heck yeah, dude. Okay, so obviously all the clips in this video were compiled over about a week of progress, but I figured I would give you guys a live look into our player-owned farms tab. At the time of editing and uploading this video, we have 5 Gloomshroom zygomites. We've still got 4 levels left to go until we can actually start putting them on the farm, so hopefully this number will go up even more as we're continuing to plant mushrooms in that patch over there. You can see there's our bittercaps growing way off in the distance. But we only technically need 1 male and 1 female. If we get 1 of each, we can start breeding, and then we can get the rest of the males and females we need reliably from breeding on the farm, and we won't need to get lucky from mushrooms anymore. But optimally, we will want 3 of each. 3 male and 3 female zygomites will allow us to breed in both of the medium pens and the breeding pen at the same time. So if we could get 8 or 9 zygos to give ourselves a good chance of getting 3 of each, that would be dope, and we would be able to optimally farm right at level 81. And this is our Chinchampa food. We can get this from Wyson the Gardener and Falador, so this is no big deal. Then here is our zygomite food. Again, we've got quite a bit. It'll take us a really long time to go through 3,000, and each time that we harvest the zygomites on our farm, we'll get even more as a yield. So this should be enough food for a very long time, and we're pretty good to go. Alright, so step number 6 was to save up enough beans on the farm to unlock both of the medium pen deeds, but what I didn't realize is that we actually completed this last episode. Here's a screenshot now of the farmer's market at the end of last episode, where you can see we've actually already unlocked medium pen deed 1 and medium pen deed 2. So a bit out of order, but we actually completed step 6 before the video even started. Nice. Step number 7 was just to continue farming beans on our player-owned farm until we stockpiled enough to unlock the breeding function within medium pens as well. This one was a bit more expensive. It requires 2,500 beans to unlock breeding in small pens, but we were doing this over the course of the week, just, getting our chinchompas, selling them for beans, rinse and repeat. And as you can see, we finally have enough to buy breeding in medium pens, so number 7 is complete as well. And now that we've got both medium pen deeds, the final step is to get the required construction level and resources to build both of the medium pens. We need 40 construction, 30 teak planks, and 300 myth nails, as each of the medium pens requires 15 teak planks and 150 myth nails to build. So first we had to cut about 500 oak logs. Some of these we already had stockpiled up in our bank from when we had to get a 30 wood cutting requirement for a different quest. So most of those logs were actually already there. We just had to get the last few to get to 500 oak logs. Then we turned them all into planks and started training construction. Didn't really care about being efficient here. I just figured we'd make oak armchairs all the way to 40 because it was easy enough and it really wasn't that long of a process. So we knocked out 40 construction as well. Then we had to head back over to wood cutting to get 30 teak logs so that we could turn them into the planks required to build the medium pens. Shout out to the guy from Twitch chat who knew that there was one random teak tree in this spot south of Castle Wars. I had no idea this tree was here, but there's just one lonely teak tree among all the regular trees and achy trees. Now we move on to myth nails. After the mining and smithing rework, I have no idea how many nails you make per myth bar, so we're just gonna get like a full inventory of myth and a full inventory of coal, and that should be more than enough to get 300. Okay, wow, yeah, it's 75 per bar, so we literally only needed 4 of each ore. We way overshot this, but I guess extra smithing gains. Let's go. This is the reason I love setting goals like this. It just feels so rewarding, man. Our final step is to take these planks and these nails and build the pens. We've got as many zygomites as we will hopefully need. We've got more food than we could hope to imagine. We got all of the level requirements and the farming pen deeds to build these medium pens. And there we go. There's 1 out of 2. And here we go over to the second medium pen. I don't know why they didn't put the mediums right next to each other like they did with the smalls, but both of our medium pens have been unlocked and built. Now we just need 81 farming. Alright, and that is it for the progress in this episode. We are ready to optimally farm zygomites as soon as we hit 81 farming, just a few days away. We are still working on mining and smithing as well. Mining will be my next skill cape on the account, so you're probably going to see some more gains in the upcoming video in that realm. But yeah, that's it for today. Make sure you leave a like and a comment on the video letting me know what you thought. I put a lot of editing and time into this one, so I'd really appreciate it if you left some feedback. Also, make sure you leave a subscription on the channel. Every sub helps the YouTube to grow, and this is the most motivated I've been in a while to continue making content for a series. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I've been, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh yeah, also follow me on Twitch, link in bio. Okay, bye.